I am an entrepreneur. When I think over my journey, the word that comes to my mind is persistence. Whether through the Iraq War, the Great Recession, through personal challenges in health and finance, and even after making many awards and recognitions, I still continued to persist to help our firm grow. And I wondered, where did this persistence come from? Was it something that I was born with? Or was it something that I chose to do? Or maybe I was just imitating my father. See, my father loves landscaping. He landscaped for the state of New York as his full-time job, and then he'd come home to landscape our yard. Eventually, he started landscaping other people's yard, and of course, he'd take me along. And while I really appreciated my father's willingness to cut other people's yards day after day, month after month, year after year, I didn't like that he was taking me along for free labor. I wanted to tell him that slavery had ended over 100 years ago. But my father did not raise a fool, so I kept quiet. And now that my father's retired, he still continues to landscape. And I wondered, where does his persistence come from? I'm reminded of the answer given in the movie Matrix Revolutions when Agent Smith asked Neo, "Why do you persist?" Neo responds, "Because I choose to." About 20 years ago, me and two of my friends started a software company. It was our desire, our goal to earn enough money to retire in 10 years. We were going to do this by creating a software package that listed all African-American businesses. Well, back then, you had to create software packages and sell them through stores. We were working full-time, and we knew nothing about selling store products, but we persisted at night and on weekends to develop this software package and to figure out how to sell store products. One day, we were selling this package at an expo. Next to us was this young man with tire shine. About halfway through the day, he had sold so much tire dressing that his pockets was just bulging with cash. We had not sold one software package. I looked at those dismal results and concluded that this selling the software package was not the answer. Upon reflection, I realized that the persistence I used to create the software package was not enough to ensure that that software package was a success. When I compared my example of persistence and my father's example of persistence, I realized that there must be different types of persistence. The first type of persistence I'd call prevalent persistence. It's the type of persistence that most of us have had the opportunity to display, like persisting through school. The other type of persistence I'd call exceptional persistence. It's the continued pursuit of a course of action in spite of good or bad results, and doing so even if you don't have to. So I began to look for examples of this exceptional persistence. The first thing I discovered was the lack of results, the lack of immediate results did not impact exceptional persistence. Tyler Perry had several failed plays and was living out of his car before he had his first success. LeBron James, his rookie year, went 35-47 and did not make the playoffs. And it took him 12 years before he was able to win a title for his hometown team. President Barack Obama lost his first election to Congressman Bobby Rush, 61% to 29%. President Obama remarked that he got his rear end handed to him. In fact, in some instances, the lack of any results does not impact exceptional persistence. Consider the words of Martin Luther King on the eve of his assassination, saying that I've been to the mountaintop. I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. King was persisting in something, the results he knew he would never see. I also saw that achievement did not impact exceptional persistence. LeBron James has won championships with 3 different NBA teams, yet he still persists after another one. Tyler Perry owns his own studio, yet he still persists in directing, producing, and acting. My father's retired, yet he still persists in landscaping, something he was just born to do. I also noticed that money did not impact exceptional persistence. LeBron James has earned hundreds of millions of dollars, and Tyler Perry is a billionaire, yet both of them still persist. My father's retired, not making any money, still persisting in landscaping, something that he chooses to do. And it's me. See, when I think back over my journey of persistence, I realized that I was not here to persist in creating a software package. I'm here to persist in entrepreneurship. I've been an entrepreneur since I had my first paper out. Back in those days, you had to convince people to sign up for newspaper subscriptions. Then in college, I started a business where I would type other people's papers. And then I became an independent contractor before helping to start a software firm. And while I've been blessed to help that software firm earn over $20 million in annual sales, I still will continue to persist in entrepreneurship until I can. And I believe that it takes this type of exceptional persistence to shape the future of men of color. To paraphrase President Calvin Coolidge, it's not talent, not education, not genius can take the place of persistence. Persistence alone is omnipotent. And I've seen how exceptional persistence has changed the course of American history, especially in the area of social justice for the better. Consider the Montgomery bus boycott. After 381 days of exceptional persistence of black people walking to work instead of taking the bus, laws were changed to allow black people to sit anywhere on the bus. After 20 years of exceptional persistence in the area of civil rights from people like Martin Luther King Jr. and John Lewis, meaningful civil rights legislation was passed in the form of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the Fair Housing Act of 1968. Hiram Rhodes Revels was one of the first African Americans elected to Congress in 1870. And after 138 years of exceptional persistence from people like Frederick Douglass and Jesse Jackson, Douglas Wilder and Edward Burke, Americans elected their first African American president, President Barack Obama. And my personal example, my father, who after decades of exceptional persistence was able to retire with my mother financially secure. Choose to persist in whatever you were born to do, no matter how great or small it may seem to you. Use it to shape the future, and you will be amazed of the impact you will make with your exceptional persistence. Thank you.